Hello, everyone, and thank you for your join for today's webinar about open banking, transforming finance in the digital age. My name is Vladislav Slipchenko, and I'm .NET developer in Dash Devs, and I have more than 4 years of experience in dozen projects. And also, our company has more than 45 finished fintech projects and more than 12 years of expertise with more than 75 integrated vendors and one white label solution, fintech core. So let's talk about open banking. Imagine that you need to create product that should use different financial data of user. For example, transactions, loans, personal information about users, and you can use open banking. What is it? It's way that provide for us APIs of different banks using which we can get all needed financial information from institutions. Why do you need it? Basically, for simplifying interaction with banks when obtaining information. For example, to get personal user information, to get information about balances, accounts, cards, profiles, etc. To get information about transactions, transfers, and other payment methods. And to get data about loans, deposits, investments, cryptocurrencies, and other savings and investments. And very important notice is the government requirements for implementing open banking APIs include mandatory high-level protection and encryption of transferred data. And of course, only approval of user to provide this interaction. And where you can use open banking. So, firstly, for creating products with monitoring or maybe management of user financial data. For example, for budgeting, yeah, or maybe for some kind of analysis. Second point is for business, for internal business needs. For example, if you want to create something like CRM to provide salary calculation, accounting, taxation, etc. And for your own financial needs. For example, for calculation of credit score, if you are organization that should make decision about providing of access for different users for loans. How it works? There are a lot of different banks, and majority of these banks have their own APIs. So your system or product can interact with each API using creds of users. And this way is very good in the case when there are just a couple of banks. But in the case when there are hundreds or thousands of different banks, it will be very hard and it will take a lot of time to implement handlers and connectors for each API of each bank, and it will be very hard issue. But there is a solution, open banking providers. So what is it? In general, it's a service or product that interact with all of hundreds or thousands banks on their own site and provide for you just only single API. It's very important because it will be easy for you to implement handler or connector with this API. And in case if something goes wrong with one of banks, um, so open banking provider will work on this and figure it out. And it will be not your headache. Let's investigate open banking providers on example of Plaid's experience. So the most important uh, advantages of Plaid are a quick integration and development, and it will be very helpful for your developers, and it will save their time. Uh, Also, Plaid supports transactions, loans, investments, retirements, cryptocurrencies, and a lot of another payment types and methods. Um, Also, Plaid has capability to initiate payments. It may be important for you if you think about uh, additional integration of payments into your system in the future. And Plaid has really good tracking, logging, and customer support that will help for your team resolve different issues in a fast way. And I think the most important point that Plaid works with most banks in US and in many in Europe. A few words about Plaid's client. What is it? It's a ready to use application with ready user interface that you can easily integrate into your mobile or web application. And this client handles most of the user interactions with Plaid on its side. And it's very helpful for you because you can handle interaction with Plaid using just only one request. And very interesting that you can customize these clients to your own needs with your branding, your brand color, logo, and other customizations about design just for your business. About Plaid API. So Plaid's API comfortable and Plaid has 5 general libraries provided by Plaid developers and a lot of community libraries labeled by Plaid developers as a stable and secure for use. And it will be very useful for your developers and save their time. Plaid environments. There are 3 general environments in Plaid. First, it's a sandbox with a test data. Here you can test everything with test bank accounts, credit cards, test transactions, test loans, etc., etc. And it's free for use. Second environment is development for staging and testing with real data, and you can test everything on your staging server with your real credit cards, real transactions, etc. But there is a limit with 100 connections per month. But it's free for use too. And of course, production environment. Um, it's with full functionality, but it's paid. Let's talk about our experience with work with Plaid. So we worked with a lot of financial projects and we implemented a lot of functionalities that I described earlier. For example, creating a user budget and statistics. We worked with calculation of taxes, and also we worked with financial data analysis that provide for us results based on which we provide personalized recommendations to users for improving their financial position. And of course, we work with different payment methods of Plaid with transactions, loans, investments, cryptocurrency, and each of them has different logic of work. Uh, just a little summary of our experience of work with Plaid in practice. Firstly, positive points. Uh, Useful featured libraries. It's really comfortable to use for developers. Integrate the client into the web application. Yes, it's a really cool feature too, because we can forget about details and other deep points of integration with Plaid, because everything works in the Plaid's client. Next point, getting data in the single format. And I think it's a general advantage of any open banking providers. And of course, yes, tracking, logging, and support in Plaid really cool. And majority of our issues we resolved very fast. And about bad points. As I said earlier, Plaid has a development environment where you can test everything using your real data, real bank accounts, cards, transactions, etc., with limiting 100 connections per month. But unfortunately, there are some bugs and problems in work with development environment. But everything is okay with production mode, and it's good. Next, there are rare issues with certain banks due to Plaid, but as we see, Plaid's developers work on these issues really fast and resolve them in a short terms. And the last one, unstable banks APIs. And I think that this point really not related to Plaid in general, because it related to banks APIs. And due to this, if you want to connect to such bank with problems personally without Plaid, you will have the same problems. So it's a problem not on the Plaid side, but on the bank's side. So uh, let's make some conclusions about today's topic. I want to highlight the power of open banking because I think it's really powerful tool, and using this way, we can implement a lot of really interesting and modern products and solutions. And just a few words about Plaid as today's example of open banking providers. So firstly, Plaid supports various products like transactions, loans, cryptocurrency, retirements, etc. Plaid has a convenient ready-made client and convenient libraries that useful and helpful for your developers, like free testing environments for development and staging. And of course, convenient tracking, login, and fast customer support. And capability to initiate payments. I think it will be a very good feature for your future. Thank you very much for your join for our today's webinar. And if you have any questions, you can ask them on any of QR codes on your screens. And have a nice day.